Mr. President is on the line, and just so this is Mark Meadows, the Chief of Staff, just so we all are aware, on the line is Secretary of State and two other individuals, Jordan and Mr. Germany. With him, you also have the attorneys that represent the President, Kurt and Alex, and Cleta Mitchell, who is not the attorney of record but has been involved, myself, and then the President. So, Mr. President, I'll turn it over to you.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello, Brad and Ryan and everybody. We appreciate the time and the call. So we've spent a lot of time on this, and if we could just go over some of the numbers, I think it's pretty clear that we won. We won very substantially, Georgia. You even see it by rally size, frankly. We'd be getting 25,000, 30,000 people a rally, and the competition would get less than 100 people, and it never made sense. But we have a number of things. We have at least two or three, anywhere from 250 to 300,000 ballots were dropped mysteriously into the rolls. Much of that had to do with Fulton County, which hasn't been checked. We think that if you check the signatures, a real check of the signatures going back in Fulton County, you'll find at least a couple of 100,000 of forged signatures of people with who have been forged. And we are quite sure that's going to happen. Another tremendous number. We're going to have an accurate number over the next 2 days with certified accounts. But an accurate number will be given, but it's in the 50s of thousands. And that's people that went to vote, and they were told they can't vote because they've already been voted for. And it's a very sad thing. They walked out complaining, but the number is large. We'll have it before you, but it's much more than the number of 11,779. The current margin is only 11,779. Brad, I think you agree with that. That's something I think everyone, at least that's the number that everyone agrees with. That's the difference in the vote. But we had hundreds of thousands of ballots that were able to actually get you a pretty accurate number. You don't need much of a number because the number that, in theory, I lost by the margin would be 11,779. But you also have substantial numbers of people, thousands and thousands, who went to the voting place on November 3rd, were told they couldn't vote. Were told they couldn't vote because the ballot had been put in their name. And that's very, 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 very sad. We had, I believe it's about 4,502 voters who voted, but who weren't on the voter registration list. So it's 4,502 who voted, but they were not on the voter registration roll, which they had to be. You had 18,325 vacant address voters. They had the address was vacant, and they're not allowed to be counted. That's 18,325. Smaller number, you had 904 who only voted where they had just a PO, a post office box number. And they had a post office box number, and that's not allowed. We had at least 18,000 that's on tape. It hasn't counted very drop boxes where the box was picked up and not delivered for 3 days. So all sorts of things could happen to that box, including putting in the postage on it. So there are many infractions, and the bottom line is many, many times the 11,779 margin that they said we lost by. We had bad, I mean, the state is in turmoil over this. And I know you would like to get to the bottom of it, although I saw you on television today and you said that you found nothing wrong. And I didn't really people have been saying that the highest vote ever, there was no way, a lot of the political people said that there's no way they beat me, and they beat me. They beat me in the, well, as you know, every single state, we won every state, we won every state house in the country. We held the Senate, which is shocking to people, although we'll see what happens tomorrow in a few days. And we won the House, but we won every single state house, and we won Congress, which was supposed to lose 15 seats, and they gained, I think, 16 to 17 or something. That was just 5. But politicians in every state, politicians in Georgia have given affidavits and are going to that there was no way they beat me in the election. That the people came out. In fact, they were expecting to lose, and they ended up winning by a lot because of the coattails. And they said there's no way that they've done many polls prior to the election. There was no way that they won. Ballots were dropped in massive numbers. And we're going to get to those numbers, and we will have
Here's slogans, here's Mackers, here's Rippy, here's Cola, here's Pizza, here's TV, here's Sunrock, and Sunroller. Watch commercials, no commercials, watch Jerry, not Oprah. Buy a beer life from the comfort of your sofa. Here's popcorn, here's magazines, here's milkshake, here's blue jeans, here's patty bars, here's one pickle, here's football shirt, here's baseball cap, here's live options, here's video game, here's Cola Live, here's Tin Morning, here's filter tips, here's college mix, here's all night long, here's plastic tips.
The bottom line is when you add it all up, and then you start adding, 300,000 fake ballots.
Laser beams.
Well over 200,000 more votes than they had people voting. And that doesn't play so well. And the legislature there which is Republican, is extremely activist and angry. But, I mean, there were other things also that were almost as bad as that. But they had, as an example, in Michigan, a tremendous number of dead people that voted. I think, Mark, it was 18,000. Some unbelievably high number, much higher than yours. You were in the 4,000 to 5,000 category. And that was checked out States, we had a lot of provisional ballot situations where people were given a provisional ballot because when they walked to November 3rd, they voted. That's it. I mean, we have many, many times the number of votes necessary to win the state, and we won the state.
With those laser beams.
We're getting additional numbers certified. We're getting pictures of drop boxes being delivered late. Delivered 3 days later. Plus we have many affidavits to that effect.
So, Mr. President, if I might be able to jump in, and I'll give Brad a chance, Mr. Secretary, obviously there are allegations where we believe that not every vote or fair vote and legal vote was counted, and that's at odds with the representation of the Secretary of State's office. What I'm hopeful for is there some way that we can find some kind of agreement to look at this a little bit more fully. The President mentioned Fulton County, but in some of these areas where there seems to be a difference where the facts seem to lead. And so, Mr. Secretary, I was hopeful that, in a spirit of cooperation and compromise, there's something that we can at least have a discussion to look at some of these allegations to find a path forward that's less litigious.
We've had several lawsuits, and we've had this done in court too, a lawsuit from the contention. We don't agree that you have one. I disagree about the 200,000 number that you mentioned. Now, it goes to that point by point. What we have done is we gave our state about 1.5 hours of our time going through the election issue by issue. And then on the state house, the government first meeting gave them about 2.5 hours of our time, going back point by point on all the issues contested. And then just a few days ago, we met with the U.S. Congressman Republican, and we gave them about 2 hours of time talking about this past election. Going back, primarily what you talked about, folks primarily I believe I don't know that we really got the Dominion machine, but we did a hand recall. We call all of the compare that to the machine. We did the recall. Yes, I take that out of here.
Well, Brad, not that there's not an issue, but because we have a big issue with Dominion in other states, and perhaps in yours, but we haven't felt we needed to go there. And just to, maybe a little different on what Mark is saying, Mark Meadows, yeah, we'd like to go further, but we don't really need to. We have all the votes we need. We won the state. If you took, these are the most minimal numbers, the numbers that I gave you. Those are numbers that are certified, your absentee ballots sent to vacant addresses, your out-of-state voters, 4,925. When you add them up, it's many times the 11,779 number. So we could go through, we have not gone through your Dominion, so we can't give them blessing. I mean, in other states, we think we found tremendous corruption with Dominion machines, but we'll have to see. But we only lost the state by 11 by that number, 11,000 votes, and 779. So with that being said, with just what we have, and with just what we have, we're giving you minimum numbers. We're doing the most conservative numbers possible. We're many times above the margin. And so we don't really have to, Mark. I don't think we have to go through.
Right.
Because what's the difference between winning the election by two votes and winning it by 500,000 votes? I think we probably did win it by 500,000. You know, one of the things that happened, Brad, is we have other people coming in now from Alabama and from South Carolina and from other states, and they're saying it's impossible for you to have lost Georgia. We won, you know, in Alabama we set a record, got the highest vote ever. In Georgia we set a record with a massive amount of votes, and they say it's not possible to have lost Georgia. And I can tell you by our rallies, I can tell you by the rally I'm having on Monday night, the place they already have lines of people standing out front waiting. It's just not possible to have lost Georgia. It's not possible. When I heard it was close, I said there's no way. But they dropped a lot of votes in there late at night. You know that, Brad. And that's what we are working on very, very stringently. But regardless of those votes, with all of it being said, we lost by essentially 11,000 votes. And we have many more votes already calculated and certified too. So I just don't know, you know, Mark, I don't know what's the purpose. I won't give Dominion a pass because we have too many bad things, but we don't need Dominion or anything else. We have won this election in Georgia based on all of this. And there's nothing wrong with saying that, Brad. You know, I mean, having a correct, the people of Georgia are angry. And these numbers are going to be repeated on Monday night, along with others that we're going to have by that time. And the people of Georgia are angry. The people of the country are angry. And there's nothing wrong with saying that, you know, that you recalculate. Because in 2,236 and accuracy ballots, they were all exact numbers that were done by accounting firms, law firms, etc. And even if you cut them in half, and cut them in half again, it's more votes than we need.
The data you have is we talked to the congressmen and they were surprised, but they, I guess there was a person named Mr. Maynard that came to these meetings and presented data. And he said that there were dead people up to the 5,000. The actual number was two people that were dead that voted. And so that's why I have the two.
Lita, how do you respond to that?
What we said was, it said the name and birth, and we had certain information available to us. We have asked and so we said we don't have the record that you have. And one of the things that you suggest that I believe has been implemented for is to try if you can make available to us the records that will be necessary.
But Lita, even before you do that, and not even including that, that's why I hardly even included that number, although in one state we have a tremendous amount of dead people, so I don't know. I'm sure we do in Georgia too. I'm sure we do. But is that we're so far ahead. We're so far ahead of these numbers. Even the phony ballots of Ruby Freeman, known scammer. You know the internet? You know what was trending on the internet? Where's Ruby? Because they thought she'd be in jail. Where's Ruby? It's crazy. It's crazy. That was the minimum number is 18,000 for Ruby, but they think it's probably about 56,000. But the minimum number is 18,000 with the Ruby Freeman night, where she ran back in there when everybody was gone and stuff. She stuffed the ballot boxes. Let's face it, Fred. I mean, they did it in slow motion replay, magnified, right? She stuffed the ballot boxes. They were stuffed like nobody's ever seen them stuffed before. So there's a term for it when it's a machine instead of a ballot box. But she stuffed the machine, she stuffed the ballot. Each ballot went 3 times. They were showing, here's ballot number 1, here it is the second time, third time, next ballot. I mean, look, Fred, we have a new tape that we're going to release. It's devastating. And by the way, that one event is much more than the 11,000 votes that we're talking about. It's, that one event was a disaster. It's just, but it was something that can't be disputed. And again, we have a version that you haven't seen, but it's magnified. It's magnified. And you can see everything. And you put, for some reason, they put it in 3 times each ballot, and I don't know why. I don't know why 3 times. Why not 5 times? Yeah, go ahead.
You're talking about the state farm video. And I think it's sliced and diced that video. The next day we brought in WFC-TV and we let them see the full run of it. And we looked at the nowhere near was projected by.
But where were the poll watchers, Brett? There were no poll watchers there. There were no Democrats or Republicans. There was no security there. It was late in the evening, early in the morning, and there was nobody else in the room. Where were the poll watchers? And why did they say a water main broke, which they did, and which is reported in the newspapers? They said they left, they ran out because of a water main break, and there was no water main. There was nothing. There was no break. There was no water main break. But if you take out everything, where were the Republican poll watchers? Even where were the Democrat poll watchers? Because there were none. And then you say, well, they left their station. If you look at the tape, and this was reviewed by professional police and detectives and other people. When they left in a rush, everybody left in a rush because of the water main. Everybody left in a rush. These people left their station. When they came back, they didn't go to their station. They went to the apron wrapped around the table under which were thousands and thousands of ballots in a box that was not an official or a sealed box. And then they took those and they went back to a different station. So if they would have come back, they would have walked to their station and they would have continued to work. But they couldn't do even that because that's illegal because they had no Republican poll watchers. And remember, her reputation is devastating. She's known all over the internet. She's known all over. I'm telling you, where's Ruby? Was one of the hot items on the Ruby. They knew her. Where's Ruby? So, Brad, there can be no justification for that. And I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. But that was, and Brad, why did they put the votes in 3 times? They put them in 3 times.
They did not put that.
Where was everybody else at that late time in the morning? Where was everybody? Where were the Republicans? Where were the security guards? Where were the people that were there just a little while before when everyone ran out of the room? How come we had no security there? Why did they run to the bottom of the table? Why did they run there and just open the skirt and rip out the votes? I mean, Brad, and they were sitting there, I think for 5 hours or something like that, the votes. If they just all happened to run back and go, Brad. I don't care about a link. I don't need it. I have a much better one. But they use each one 3 times. So well, I do because we had ours magnified out. So each one magnified out. nobody can make a case for that, Chris. Nobody. I mean, look, you'd have to be a child to think anything other than that. Just a child. I mean, you never attorney
How many ballots?
There's no way they could. Then they're incompetent. They're either dishonest. Okay, there's only two answers: dishonesty or incompetence. There's no way. Look, there's no way. And on the other thing, there's no way. I mean, there's no way that these things can do. You have all these people that voted, but they don't live in Georgia anymore. What was that number, Clayton? Came back in and they voted. No, that was a large number, though. It was in the 20s. And, you know, the point is... Going through each of those as well, and those numbers that we got. Not happening. Everyone who's been through are people that lived in Georgia, moved to a different state, but then moved back to Georgia. How many people do that? I mean, they moved out and then they said, I don't know whether I moved back in. You know, it doesn't sound like very normal. You mean they moved out, and what, they missed it so much that they wanted to move back in? Well, then this is they moved back in. Something about that data. All I know is that it is certified. They moved out of Georgia, and they voted. It didn't say they moved back in later, did it? A lot of it you don't see. They should share it. They should share it because you want to get to an honest election. I won this election by hundreds of thousands of votes. There's no way I lost it. There's no way. We won by hundreds of thousands. I'm just going by small numbers. When you add them up, they're many times the 11,000. I won that state by hundreds of thousands. Now, do you think it's possible that they shredded the ballots in Fulton County? That's what the rumor is. And also that Dominion took out Rashid. Dominion is really moving fast to get rid of their leaders. Do you know anything about that? That's illegal. But no, but if they move, have they moved the inner parts of Rashid and replaced them with other parts? us into Cobb County for signature verification. You sent us into Cobb County, which we didn't want to go into. And you said it would be open to the public and we could have our... So we had our experts there. They weren't allowed into the room. But we didn't want Cobb County. We wanted Fulton County. And you wouldn't give it to us. Now, why aren't we doing signature? And why can't it be open to the public? And why can't we have professionals do it instead of rank amateurs that will never find anything and don't want to find anything? They don't want to find it. You know they don't want to find it. Someday you'll tell me the reason why. Because I don't understand your reason. But someday you'll tell me the reason why. But why don't you want to find it? Why don't you want to find it? What? Yeah, okay, so why did you do Cobb County? We didn't even request, we requested Fulton County, not Cobb County.
Which version do you have our election time?
Go ahead, please, go ahead.
We chose Cobb County because that was the only county where there was any evidence of signature verification.
No, but I told you, but we're not saying that. We are we're the aggrieved party. Fulton County, look, Stacy, in my opinion, Stacy is as dishonest as they come. She has outplayed you at every heart, at everything. She got you to sign a totally unconstitutional agreement, which is a disastrous agreement. You can't check signatures. You can't. I can't imagine you're allowed to do harvesting. I guess in that agreement. That agreement is a disaster for this country. But she got you somehow to sign that thing, and she's outsmarted you at every step. And I hate to imagine what's going to happen on Monday or Tuesday, but it's very scary to people. You know, where the ballots flow in out of nowhere. It's very scary to people. That consent decree is a disaster. It's a disaster. A very good lawyer who examined it said they've never seen anything like it. And
the thing is still illegal in the state of Georgia, and that settlement agreement did not change that.
Well, it's not a settlement agreement, it's a consent decree. It even says consent decree on it, doesn't it? It uses the term consent decree. It doesn't say settlement agreement, it's a consent decree. It's a disaster.
It's a settlement agreement.
What's written on top of it?
Brian?
I don't have it in front of me, but it's not entered by the court. It's not a court order.
No, it's called, but Ryan, it's called the consent decree. Is that right on the paper? Is that right?
I don't believe so. I don't have it.
Whatever, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. Look, here's the problem. We can go through signature verification and we'll find hundreds of thousands of signatures if you let us do it. And the only way you can do it, as you know, is to go to the past. But you didn't do that in Cobb County. You just looked at one page compared to another. The only way you can do a signature verification is go from the one that signed it in November, whatever, recently, and compare it to 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 6 years ago, you know, or even one. And you'll find that you have many different signatures. But in Fulton, where they dumped the ballots, you will find that you have many that aren't even signed, and you have many that are forgeries. Okay? You know that. You know that. You have no doubt about that. And you will be at 11,779 within minutes, because Fulton County is totally corrupt, and so is she totally corrupt. And they're going around playing you and laughing at you behind your back, Brad. Whether you know it or not, they're laughing at you. And you've taken a state that's a Republican state, and you've made it almost impossible for a Republican to win because of cheating. Because they cheated like nobody's ever cheated before. And I don't care how long it takes me. And, you know, we're going to have other states coming forward pretty good. But I won't. This is never given. We have some incredible talent that they've never seen anything. Now, the problem is they need more time for the big numbers, but they are very substantial numbers. And I think you're going to find that they, by the way, a little information, I think you're going to find that they are shredding ballots because they have to get rid of the ballots. Because the ballots are unsigned, the ballots are they're brand new and they don't have seals. There's a whole thing with the ballots, but the ballots are corrupt, and you're going to find that they are, and which is totally illegal. It's more illegal for you than it is for them, because you know what they did and you're not reporting it. That's a criminal offense. And you can't let that happen. That's a big risk to you and to Ryan, your lawyer. That's a big risk. But they are shredding ballots, in my opinion, based on what I've heard, and they are removing machinery, and they're moving it as fast as they can, both of which are criminal fines, and you can't let it happen, and you are letting it happen. Well, I'm notifying you that you're letting it happen. So, look, all I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes. One more than we have, because we won the state, and flipping the state is a great testament to our country. Because, it's a testament that they can admit to a mistake, or whatever you want to call it. If it was a mistake, I don't know. A lot of people think it wasn't a mistake. It was much more criminal than that. But it's a big problem in Georgia, and it's not a problem that's going away. It's not a problem that's going away. And we got to...
This is Ryan. We're looking into every one of those things that you mentioned. Our investigators...
But if you find them, you got to say it, right? Look, if they're... Let me ask you. Ryan, if they're throwing ballots...
I'll tell you what we are seeing.
Go ahead.
What we're saying is not at all.
Good evening, parents.
And these are investigators from our office, these are investigators from...
Tonight I'm going to take you on a tour of...
and they're looking, and they're good.
Club.
And that's not what they're saying. And we'll keep
Where all the bad little kitties go.
You better check on the ballots, because they are shredding ballots, Ryan. I'm just telling you, Ryan. They're shredding ballots.
Parties.
And,
By various means and methods. Anything
is that so illegal?
necessary.
You may not even believe it because it's so real, but
Quite
they're shredding ballots. Because they think we're going to eventually get there. Because we'll eventually get into
one
vote.
of you with your own individual camera.
In my opinion, it's never...
So that you can take pictures of these fine little kitties doing these fine little things.
Double sound deck.
For tomorrow's
So that's the story, folks. Look, we need only 11,000 votes. We have far more than that as it stands now. We'll have more and more. And do you have provisional ballots at all, Fred? Provisional ballots?
Provisional ballots are allowed by state law.
Sure. But do you have them? I mean, are they counted, or did you just hold them back because they, in other words, how many provisional ballots
more
do you
than
have?
30 seconds and already I see a bad little kid doing bad little
Most of them are made out to the name Trump, because these are people that were scammed when they came in. And we have thousands of people that have testified, or that want to testify. When they came in, they were proudly going to vote on November 3rd, and they were told, I'm sorry, you've already been voted for, you've already voted. The women, men started screaming, no, I proudly voted till November 3rd.
Cameras ready, pair to flash.
You've already been voted for, and you have a ballot. And these people are beside themselves. So they went out and they filled in a provisional ballot, putting the name Trump on it. And what about that batch of military ballots that came in, and even though I won the military by a lot, it was 100% Trump. 100% Biden. Do you know about that? A large group of ballots came in. I think it was the Fulton County, and they just happened to be 100% for Trump, even though Biden. Even though Trump won the military by a lot, a tremendous amount. But these ballots were 100% for Biden. And you know about that? A very substantial number came in.
This is not the thing to do. I think that we have to take pictures of these two. Cameras ready, pair to flash.
Okay, Cleta, wait. I'm not asking you, Cleta, honestly. I'm asking Brad. Do you know about the military ballots that we have confirmed them? Do you know about the military ballots that came in that were 100%? I mean, 100% for Biden. You know that?
I don't know about that. I do know that we have military ballots come in. It's not just military. It's also military
No, but this was, yeah, that's okay. But I got like 78%.
To the party.
These ballots were all for this. They didn't tell me overseas. Could be overseas too, but I get votes overseas too, right? You know. No, they came in a large batch, came in, and it was vote 100% for Biden. And that is
Campus ready, pair to fly.
criminal. You know, that's criminal. That's another criminal. That's another of the many criminal events. Many criminal events here. I don't know. Look, Brad, I have to find 12,000 votes, and I have them times a lot, and therefore I won the state. That's before we go to the next step, which is in the process of, you know. And I watched you this morning, and you said, well, there was no criminality, but I mean, all of the stuff is very clear stuff. When you talk about no criminality, I just don't know why they don't want to have the vote count as they are. Like even you, when you went to do that check, and I was surprised, you know, I didn't get the check, and we found a few thousand votes that were against it. I was actually surprised with the way that check was done. You know, recertifying existing votes. And, you know, you were given votes and you just counted them up. And you still found 3,000 that were there. That was sort of surprising. I think 3 or 5, I don't know, but it's still a lot. But you have to go back to check from past years with respect to signatures. And if you check with Fulton County, you'll have hundreds of thousands because they dumped ballots in Fulton County and the other county. So what are we going to do here, folks? I only need 11,000 votes. Fellas, I need 11,000 votes. Give me a break. You know, we have that in spades already. Or we can keep it going. But that's not fair to the voters in Georgia because they're going to see what happens. See what happens. And I'll take on anybody you want. assign us a judge. They don't even assign us a judge. But why wouldn't you, hey Brad, why wouldn't you want to check out Ruby Freeman? And why wouldn't you want to say, hey, if in fact President Trump is right about that, then he wins the state of Georgia. Just that one incident alone, without going through hundreds of thousands of drop ballots. You just say you stick by, I mean, I've been watching you for, you don't care about anything. Your numbers are right. If your numbers aren't right, they're really wrong. And they're really wrong, Brad. And I know this phone call's going nowhere other than ultimately, look, ultimately, I win, okay? Because you guys are so wrong, and you've treated the population of Georgia so badly. Between you and your governor, who was down at 21, he was down 21 points. And like a schmuck, I endorsed him and he got elected. But I will tell you, he's a disaster. And he'll never, I can't imagine. People are so angry in Georgia, I can't imagine he's ever getting elected again. I'll tell you that much right now. But why wouldn't you want to find the right answer, Brad, instead of keep saying that the numbers are right? Because those numbers are so wrong.
That's what we would encourage and ask you to do. Sit down with us. Compromise the settlement proceeding and actually go through registration. And if you can convince us that that 24,149 most times
based on the information given to you by the Secretary of State Department, right?
That is correct.
I think that it really is important that you meet tomorrow and work out on these numbers. Because I know, Brad, that if you think we're right, I think you're going to say, and I'm not looking to blame anybody. I'm not blaming. I'm just saying that, you know, under new count and under new views of the election results, we won the election. You know, it's very simple. We won the election. As the governor of major states and the surrounding states said, there's no way you lost Georgia. As the Georgia politicians say, there is no way you lost Georgia. Nobody, everyone knows I won it by hundreds of thousands of votes. But I'll tell you, it's going to have a big impact on Tuesday if you guys don't get the thing through.
Mr. President, this is Mark. Let me just, it sounds like we've got two different sides agreeing that we can look at those areas, and I assume that we can do that within the next 24 to 48 hours to go ahead and get that reconciled so that we can look at the two claims, making sure that we get the access to the Secretary of State's data to either validate or invalidate the claims that have been made. Is that correct?
All this technology, you claim that saves us, only tends to weigh us down.
So what you're saying, Ryan? Hold on, let me make sure. So what you're saying is you really don't want to give access to the data. You just want to make another case online
controls us now.
When are you going to do the signature counts on that? When are you going to do signature verification on you said you were going to do it now.
Get to this issue of personal information, privacy issue. Is it possible that the Secretary of State the President so that we could access that information without
confidentiality agreement. That's okay. I don't need to know names.
All right,
But we got the information on this stuff that we're talking about. We got all that information from the Secretary of State.
Yeah, so let me recommend, Brian, if you and Kurt will get together, when we get off of this phone call, if you can get together and work out a plan to address some of what we've got with your attorneys. Where we can,
give it up for your man, Green Velvet.
For example, Mr. Secretary, I can tell you, you say there was only 2 dead people that would vote. I can promise you there are more than that.
Shouts to all the DJs that have joined us this evening.
And that may be what your investigation
shows.
shows.
Shouts to you guys, first and foremost. You guys have been insane.
But at the same time, I think it's important that we go ahead and move expeditiously to try to do this.
And if everyone could please, from the bottom of their hearts, pick up the production crew that have put this on tonight.
That's the good next step. Hopefully we can.
You guys have smashed it.
Finish this phone call and go ahead and agree that the 2 of you will get together immediately.
I'm
going
down
why don't my lawyers show you where you got the information? It'll show the Secretary of State. And you don't even have to look at any names. We don't want names. We don't care. But we got that information from you.
Something about those little pills, unreal, the thrills they yield until they kill a million brain cells.
What she's done to this party is unbelievable, I tell you. And I only ran against her once, and that was with a guy named Brian Kemp, and I beat her. And if I didn't run, Brian wouldn't have had even a shot, either in the general or in the primary. He was dead as a doornail. He never thought he had a shot at either one of them. What a schmuck I was. But that's the way it is.
One more tune?
That's the way it is.
What are you guys saying?
I would like you to, for the attorneys on my side, I'd like you to perhaps meet with Ryan, ideally tomorrow, because I think we should come to a resolution
after
of this
if
before
everyone
the
can
election.
please
Otherwise,
leave safely and quietly and respect your
not
neighbors.
Voting. They don't want to vote. They hate the state. They hate the governor, and they hate the Secretary of State. I will tell you that right now. And the only people that like you are people that will never vote for you. You know that, Brad, right? They like you. You know, they like you. They can't believe what they found. They want more people. So look, can you get together tomorrow? And Brad, we just want the truth. It's simple. And everyone's going to look very good if the truth comes out. It's okay. It takes a little while, but let the truth come out. And the real truth is I won by 400,000